Welcome back. Jimmy and I are working in the workbook today, starting on page 221. So open up your workbook to page 221 and let's get started. We're going to do some more work with inequalities. Okay, Jimmy, that's not really going to work, hon. Oh, come on, over here. Ugh. Okay, so, oh, Jimmy. On problems 12 through 15, you need to write the inequality that each graph represents. So if you look at these graphs, you can see where it starts. There's an open circle and it's going this way, shaded with an arrow. So what's the inequality for that one going to be? Well, let's see. Y, I know it's going to be is something or something but not or equal to, because it's an open circle and it's less than 7. So y is less than 7. If that were solid, it would be less than or equal to 7. All right, so 13 is the same kind of problem. 14 and 15 are the same kind of problem. So go ahead and do those. Pause the video and start it up again when you're ready to check your answers. All right, so we already did that one. Y is less than 7. For this one, b is greater than 0. For number 14, x is greater than 3. And for number 15, t is less than or equal to 5 because that circle is filled in. Okay, let's look at 16 through 19. Okay, again, this time they've given you the inequality and you're going to graph it. So h is greater than or equal to 9. Now, because it's greater than or equal to, I'm going to go to 9 and I'm going to make a filled in circle like that. And then it's greater than 9, so I'm going to shade this and make an arrow that shows that it goes on forever in that direction. All right, so take a look at 17, 18, 19. Do those three and then pause the video. Come back when you're ready to check your answers. Okay, so here's what 17 looks like. I've got an open circle at 3 and then shaded with an arrow going that direction because it's less than 3. For number 18, I've got a solid dot at 6 because it's less than or equal to 6, and then the arrow pointing that way to show it goes on forever. All right, Jimmy, for number 19, it was s is greater than 1, so I've got an open circle at 1 and then the arrow going that way. Okay. Let's take a look at the bottom half of the page. All right, from 20 through 27, you're going to name 3 solutions for each inequality. Now, for all of these, there are more than 3 solutions, right? But you're just going to write 3 that would work for this. For example, with number 20, it's x is greater than 10.5. So, one possibility would be 2,000. Right? Another possibility would be 10.6. Those are both greater than 10.5. Another possibility would be 12. Anything that's greater than 10.5 is a possible solution there. Okay? So go ahead and do those problems and then turn the video back on when you're ready to check your answers. Okay. So here's the answers that I wrote, but again, there's an infinite amount of answers. So with this one, I just put 11, 12, 13. We also talked about how 2,000, 10.6, anything that's greater than 10.5. For this one, r is less than 19, so anything less than 19, you could also have -6 or -1 million. Right? Anything that's less than 19. 22, y is greater than or equal to 200. So 200 could be one of the solutions, right? Also 201, 202, 8,012, 200.1, anything that's greater than 200 or 200 itself. Same thing here with number 23. 82 is a possible solution, and then anything that's less than 82. Okay, 1/2 is a solution. Negative 12 is a solution. Anything that's less than 82. For number 24, x is greater than or equal to 12. So I put 12 because that could be a solution. Anything 12 or greater would work as an answer. Number 25, I put 3, 2, 1 because all of those are less than 3.5. I could also put 3.5 because it is less than or equal to. Number 26, anything that's greater than 35, including 35.5, 35.125, 27, 4 million, anything that's greater than 35. Number 27, anything that's less than 2 5/10. So 2, 2.1, 2.456, anything that's less than 2.5, including negatives. All right, this final word problem, the inequality W is less than or equal to 1,500, describes the maximum weight in pounds, W, allowed by law in a freight elevator. Is a total weight of either 1,505 pounds or 1,600 pounds allowed in a freight elevator? No, because those are more than 1,500. Okay, let's look at the next page. Reasoning. Okay, graph the inequalities x is greater than 2 and x is less than 2 on the same number line. What value, if any, is not a solution of either inequality? So think about that one. You've got two different equalities. You can graph them both on the same number line and then figure out what's a value that can't be a solution for either of them. For number 30, it says model with math. Death Valley is the hottest place in the United States. The highest temperature ever recorded there was 134 degrees Fahrenheit. The lowest temperature recorded there was 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Write two inequalities that would describe the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit in Death Valley at any time since temperatures have been recorded. So you've got a highest temperature. So another way that you could say that is 134 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. That's the highest, so that's going to be 134 degrees or less. And then the lowest was 15 degrees Fahrenheit, so you could say 15 or greater. Think about that when you're plotting your inequalities. Okay, the number line below represents the solutions of the inequality x is greater than 7. Is 7.1 a solution? Is 7.01 a solution? Yes or no, and explain how you know. Number 32. The temperature in a greenhouse should be 65 degrees or higher. That's a clue, right? Those phrases, or higher, at the most, the least, or lower. Write an inequality to describe the allowable temperature in the greenhouse. The allowable, so what are the allowable temperatures in a greenhouse? Okay, number 33, higher order thinking. Francine received a gift card to buy cell phone apps. She says that the card's value is enough to buy any of the apps shown at the right: recipes, WO2 Sports, or remote desktop. Let V be the dollar value of the gift card. Write an inequality that best describes the value of the gift card. Okay, so use V as your variable and write an inequality that tells us what is the value of that gift card. Okay, number 34. The maximum load on a small plane, maximum, so that's another way of saying the most, right, is 400 pounds. Let W represent the weight on the plane. Write an inequality to describe the allowable weight on the plane. Just like that one up here with the temperature in the greenhouse. What would be okay? The maximum is 400 pounds, so what are the weights that would be okay? All right, number 35. Jillian is thinking of a whole number that is greater than 21. What numbers, if any, make the inequality n is greater than 21 true for n equals 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Those 3 dots means it keeps on going. So she's thinking of a whole number that's greater than 21. What numbers, if any, make the inequality true? N is greater than 21. Can n equal 0? Can n equal 1? Can it equal 2? What would the inequality look like? And let's talk about this last one, assessment practice. Tanya started a graph to show the inequality y is less than 3 7/10. Finish labeling the number line and draw the graph. So let's see what we've got so far. We know y is going to be less than 3 7/10. On this number line so far, we've got 3.0, 3 1/10. Down here, we've got 4. So we know that these are each going to be labeled 3 2/10, 3 3/10, and so forth. And then make an inequality so that y is less than 3.7. What part of the number line will that include? For number 37, Bill started a graph to show the inequality x is less than or equal to 25. Finish labeling the number line and draw the graph. So that's just like 36. You're going to complete this number line in here and then show the inequality on it. All right, so pause the video here, complete these problems, and start it up again when you're ready to check your answers. All right, here we go. So for this top one, I said 2 is the only one that you can't show because it is the only number not included. Everything is either greater than or less than 2. Okay, this next one. So the temperature needs in Death Valley is less than or equal to 134 degrees Fahrenheit. The temperature is also greater than or equal to 15 degrees Fahrenheit because 15 is the lowest, 134 is the highest. Make sense? Okay. Number 31. The number line below represents the solutions of the inequality x is greater than 7. Is 7.1 a solution? Is 7.01 a solution? Yes, because they are both greater than 7. Okay. The greenhouse. The temperature has to be greater than or equal to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Can't be below it. It's got to be either be 65 degrees or higher. Okay, for number 33, V is greater than or equal to 12. Okay, because she said the card value is enough to buy any of the apps, the most expensive app is $12. So that means it's at least $12 or $12 or more. All right, 34. Maximum load on a plane, so W is less than or equal to 400 pounds. It can be 400 pounds, but it can't be any higher. Jillian, thinking of whole numbers. Here is another child who needs a new hobby. So she's thinking of whole numbers that are greater than 21. Anything, obviously, 22, 23, 24, and so forth. Notice it says whole numbers. So like 21 1/10 would not work. The next greatest whole number is 22. All right, so here's what my graph looks like for Tanya. I've got an open circle at 3 7/10, and then I shaded with an arrow going in the less than direction. And for Bill, I've got a filled in circle because it's less than or equal to 25, and then shaded with an arrow to show it goes on forever. Okay, good. That is all that we have for today. I hope that all made sense. Feel free to leave me questions or email me questions or just save them for the small group meetings. All right, see you next time. Bye.